welcome back to A Chapter a Day.
Keeps the devil away.
I'm Pastor Plek. This is Pastor Holland. We're talking 1 Corinthians chapter 13. We're going to outline it, observe it, interpret it, and then apply it so that you can take love with you today. All right, so chapter 13, verses 1 through 3 talks about the prominence and the supremacy of love. It is, without it, pretty much everything you do is worthless. Then verses 4 through 7, it's the characteristics of love. Like love is patient, kind, rejoices with truth, bears all things, and then has some negative traits. It's not, love refuses to be jealous, boastful, arrogant, rude, etc. And then we got the endurance of love. Love never fails. In contrast, you're going to have temporary gifts. Prophecies will one day stop. The gift of tongues will one day stop. And when the perfect comes, the partial passes away. And that perfect, we'll talk about what that means within this chapter. Then finally in verse 13, it kind of is all eclipsed by faith, hope, and love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. All right, what observations you making here?
Love is like a really big deal.
Yeah.
That's my first observation.
Yeah. Now, our culture can sometimes take love and make it it's never being mean.
Love is love. Did you know that? It's funny that Paul never says love is love. He says love is a bunch of things here.
But he doesn't say love.
Love is love.
Yeah.
He actually gives like more helpful descriptions.
Yeah, it's patient. It's kind. Okay, so what about the first 3 verses? I love this because it gets into speaking in tongues, which is what they were sort of known for, of men and of angels. And this is where I go with, it could be ecstatic speech, saying angelic speech is ecstatic of some sort. But have not love, I am a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. You're just making noise, even if you're saying the best sermon ever. If you have the best sermon ever that is devoid of love, it is just a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. And if you have prophetic powers, like you have visions and you could see the future and you could literally move a mountain or give a healing of some sort, but you don't have love, you're worthless. And then even if you sacrifice mightily, but don't have love, worthless. Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I am nothing and I gain nothing.
So when I think about these things, I think of, do you remember in Acts, is it 12, where Herod Agrippa is giving an oratory speech of some sort, and then people go, it's the voice of a God, and he doesn't say it's not or anything, and then God just kills him.
Yep.
He's nothing.
And it says he's like eaten by worms, breathed his last and eaten by worms, and you're just like, all right, and that king's gone.
Yeah. Or the prophetic powers. I always think of Balaam. You remember Balaam? He's the guy on the donkey that, the donkey sees the angel, but he can't. And it tells him not to go that way. But then God allows him to. And then eventually he blesses whom the king of Midian wanted to curse. He blessed Israel. But then he gave him the secret because he was blessing not from love. He was blessing from almost like duty, but had no love. In fact, his love was for money. And so therefore he figured out a way for Israel to curse themselves. And so he is nothing in the grand scheme of things. And the other one I thought of was Judas, who sacrificed himself after he betrayed Jesus and he got hell. He gained nothing from that sacrifice.
Right.
So you can sacrifice, you can do great things for God. This goes back to Jesus saying, like, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not do miracles in your name? Did we not do mighty works in your name? And I'll say, depart from me, I never knew you. You did not have love of Jesus or love of people, or if you didn't have love.
Yeah, and I love when he's describing love here. It's like, because we mentioned before, like our culture will take love and twist it to mean something that, is like, oh, you never say hard truths, or that you have to affirm or accept everyone and everything so that, you can be inclusive. And when Paul describes it though, he says that it's kind, it's not rude, but he also says that it doesn't rejoice at wrongdoing, it rejoices with the truth.
Right.
So like, I think of like a fire in a fireplace. Like if you have a fireplace and there's no fire in it, there's no light, there's no warmth. It's not doing anyone any good. You need, like, fire would be like the love. So you need the fire in the fireplace, but also you need the little curtain thing so that fire doesn't spread and burn the house down. And like, truth is the boundary that helps love really be what it's supposed to be. And that it's warmth, it's light, it draws people in, but it doesn't burn down the house.
Yeah,
that's what our culture does with love. Is it's destructive, actually, because it affirms everything, even wrongdoing. And
that's not love. Affirming wrongdoing it's rejoicing in wrongdoing, and that's not love.
Yeah.
How about, look at verse 7, love bears all things. That's where sometimes I feel like, should we be bearing with sin, or like, what do you think he's getting there?
No, like, bears up under all things with the people that you are loving. And
love.
So, like, if you're married and your spouse gets in a horrible accident and now you need to, serve them and help that they're debilitated in some way, you don't just go, all right, I'm out. That's not what I signed up for.
And what about love believes all things? That's like, you believe the best in people, or you believe that God can do anything? Where do you think that is?
So I think all of these all things, it means like through all things.
Got it.
In the midst of all things, no matter what comes, love bears up under it. You believe, you have faith in God, you have hope in God.
Maybe it's like love perseveres through the most difficult trials.
Yes, with faith and with hope, not giving up.
And what about love never ends, prophecies will pass away, tongues will pass away. When the perfect comes, what is the perfect?
The return of Christ.
Okay, so there's three options here. It could be that when all the scripture was canonized, and so now therefore you don't have any more tongues and you don't have any more prophecy. There's no new revelation. Or it could be when you die, or it could be when Christ returns. So I think those are all available options. I tend to think of the last two as being most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you meet Jesus, that's when there's no more need for prophecy or like a partial knowing of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll see him face to face.
Let's get into some nature of man here. One of the first things I just noticed is that we are not fully known by people. And being fully known by God or being fully known by anyone is a scary thing.
Yeah.
And this is, I think it's a Kellerism, Tim Keller. But like, our greatest fear is that we would be fully known and rejected. And we are loved. And that is wild. Like, this whole chapter is about love, even though you are fully known.
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the love. Love is patient and kind. That kind of thing is like, even though you are not like holding up your end of the deal necessarily, or you're not everything that I want you to be or need you to be, my love for you is not dependent on what you measuring up. My love for you is like a steady commitment of me to your good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How about yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say verse 11. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. There is, nature of man, we're supposed to mature.
Nice.
And sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes, despite us getting older, naturally, physically, we stay spiritually malnourished, malformed, immature, and so Paul is encouraging here the Corinthians. I think he's saying you might have all these great gifts and you might look physically mature, but spiritually you're acting like children still, and you need to learn how to love each other.
Yeah, it's good. Anything else in the nature of man here? How about man cannot produce true love on his own without the Spirit's work.
Yeah.
So even heroic acts, kind of like we talked about, without love are empty.
Yeah. That's good.
How about character of God?
All this stuff about love, you can just say, you can switch love out with Christ or God. God is patient.
And God is love.
Yeah. Yeah.
But love is not God.
Yeah. You want to explain what that
Yeah. So God is love. That's 1 John, right? And so love is not God, meaning like your highest thing, like that you worship is like loving, like the feeling of love. This is different. This is our heart should be focused on who Jesus is, and he is the epitome of love. But love, the emotion, or even the action, isn't God.
There you go. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. How about God values what it endures eternally. So love is a forever thing that we will experience in heaven with God. And prophecy will have, when you have full knowledge, you'll have no need for prophecy. You have no need for miracles when miracles are no longer miracles.
Yeah. Love will endure even after, we're walking by faith right now. We'll be walking by sight when we see Jesus. We won't need to hope in anything anymore because everything we're hoping for now will have come when Jesus returns. But so faith and hope go away, but love continues forever.
Yeah.
So,
how about God promise us to know him as well as he knows us?
yeah.
Isn't that cool? I mean, like, imagine knowing God as intimately as he obviously knows you. And then when you have perfect knowledge, wow.
And getting to see Jesus face to face.
Right.
I mean, man, that's going to be awesome.
Man. All right, let's get into some application. Sin to confess or avoid, a promise to claim, an example to follow, command to obey, or knowledge to believe. What you got?
I think knowledge to believe of we'll see Jesus face to face one day. Just knowing, it's good to remember Christianity is not just a set of like truths that you agree with.
Yeah.
Or,
It's a person.
It's about a person, Jesus Christ, who we're going to spend eternity with and one day see face to face.
How about sin to avoid? Don't use your gifts, talents, or service without genuine love. Otherwise, they become manipulation. Like when you prophesy or something without love for someone, it's usually a manipulative tactic. When you have a speech that you're trying to persuade someone, but you don't have love, that could be a manipulation technique.
Another application, give up childish ways.
Nice.
If you're listening to this and you are not a child, you should not be acting like a child.
Right.
Grow up.
Grow up. How about promise to claim? Love never fails. When we have Jesus, we know that we can grow with him. He'll be patient with us. He'll be kind to us. He will love us. And it will never fail to produce in us him.
Yeah. Be patient.
Nice.
Be kind. Don't be envious.
Don't be
Don't
jealous.
be boastful. Don't be arrogant or rude.
Nice.
Don't insist on your own way. I mean, you could just read this whole
Rejoice
section.
in the truth, not in wrongdoing.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. I think that pretty much wraps it up for me.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on A Chapter a Day.